Welcome back to part 2 of How to Get Your Ex Back for Men. Yesterday, we talked about mindset and the way you need to start looking at things. Today, we're going to start looking about what immediate action you need to start taking if you want to fix things with your ex. And the mechanism that is going to help you, that is in everybody's brains, that dictates positive and negative memories and how they are going to change her decisions on breaking up with you. The fading effect bias is a mechanism that was discovered by Richard Walker, John R. Shronosky, and Charles P. Thompson, and they've written papers. They're PhD level psychologists, and they found something. And it's going to be the reason that your ex will start missing you between now and I would say the most common time for an ex to reach out is the 3-month mark, because that's sort of the peak of these memories shifting. This isn't entirely accurate here from actually what's been found, but it illustrates the point that negative memories fade over time and positive memories replace them. Why does that happen? Well, think about evolutionarily the amount of terrible things that have happened to people in the past, and if your body and brain held on to every negative memory that ever happened to you and you felt that weight constantly, imagine it stacked. Imagine that feeling never went away. If someone died in your family and that feeling never went away, and then someone else died and that never went away. I'm not saying that you forget these people, but what I'm saying is that feeling that you hold in your chest isn't always there. And the distraction in your brain isn't always there. You end up moving on from everything terrible that happens, and that is due to the fading effect bias. Because if you held those memories all the time, you'd be rendered fucked. I'm not a psychologist. I don't have eloquent words. Okay? But you'd be fucked. Be too much to bear, and you wouldn't be able to function. So, how do we start getting this process to work in your girl's brain? Because if you keep doing what you're doing and you keep texting her and you keep bothering her and you keep showing up and asking her parents, and then her parents are going, oh, he was asking about you again, blah 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 blah, acting like a pussy, being a little bitch, chasing her, constantly getting yourself in her line of sight so she can never have a breather from you, have a break to let her actually think about how she feels, you're never going to give her the opportunity. When you do give her the opportunity, when you do disappear, how you acted, all the mistakes you made, all those memories of you start to fade. And what replaces them? Well, all the good times that you had, how much she loved you, the funny things you did together when she's in bed late at night. She'll start missing you. She'll want to cuddle. She misses who you were as a person, because this girl probably did love you. It's just you did so much fucking up that led to this point that you forced her hand. And she probably wants nothing more than to be able to go back to the old guy that she was with. But you're no longer him, and you shouldn't be. Everyone on this planet has to grow. Like we spoke about in the previous video, you're not here to stay stagnant. You're here to impact the world and find your purpose and grow and become the man that you're supposed to be. And you weren't doing that. You did stagnate, and so she broke up with you. But, well, how do we get her to say, I miss you? How do we get her to come back and flip the script? Instead of us chasing her, she starts chasing us. No contact is the way that you do that. You go away, you don't call her, you don't text her, you don't look at her stories, you don't like her posts, you don't say fucking happy birthday. You don't text her parents, you don't email her, you don't talk to her friends. If you're in the same circles, don't be asking about it. You are now completely split. You need to treat her as though she's dead and you've moved on and she never existed. And in that time is where we take massive rapid action and we improve our life and we slowly start displaying that, not obnoxiously, but by being out at social events, not staying in our house, being a fucking dweeb. By all means, fucking stay home, lock in, read books, study, start a business, do good shit. But don't be at home slugging it out on Netflix, playing video games, smoking weed to escape your reality. Fuck escaping reality, we're impacting reality. If you're still here, if you're still watching this series and you still want to do this shit, that's what you're now about. That's your mission statement. Impact reality, not escape it. Marijuana, cocaine, drinking, MDMA, festivals, going to bars every night, getting fucked up beyond belief because you can't handle how you feel. You need to take these emotions of how you feel and fucking feel them and use that energy and transmute it into taking massive rapid action and improving your life. So when she does send you this text, you've got a life that's worth walking back into, because that's how you're going to do it. Now, when you do just disappear, and because she did love you so much, even if you've been a fucking retard, she's going to get curious and she's going to miss you. It's not all fucking sunshine and rainbows on her end. You should be worried about continuing down the path that you're on, because eventually you're just going to give her the ick and she's going to go fuck another dude. Hopefully, in your case, if you've stopped it early enough and you let her start to grieve losing you, she won't want to go hang out with another guy. But if you force her hand, you will single-handedly be the reason that she goes and gets with another man. That she goes and has sex with another man and starts getting to know another man and liking him more than you. That should put the fear of God into you. So, we need to get better and we need to leave her alone. And we're not watching any of her stories. When I did this strategy with my ex, and after we reconnected, she said to me that it really pissed me off that you weren't watching my stories because I was posting to show you things and you weren't watching. And that gave her curiosity, it gave her intrigue, and she starts watching my stuff in turn. And when she sees I'm doing fine, I'm not that pussy guy that was doing it, I'm taking my life, I moved out of my parents' house, I went and got an apartment, and I was doing cool things on the weekends, and I was in the gym, and I was improving my fashion, and I was displaying all these things of improvement and not trying to get her back. She was like, oh shit, he's changing. He's not actually this loser I thought he was. Fuck, have I fucked up? That flipping the script that we talked about, that her feeling as though she's messed up, that she counted you out, that she's undervalued what she previously had and now she wants to try to get you back. That's exactly where you want to be. Because she can't be running away from you if you're not chasing. And if you're not chasing, that gives her the space to come towards you. Curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat. Okay? Women are like cats. When you try to call them, they're not interested. You have to let them come to you. That's the fucking game. Okay? And really, if there's one thing to understand, we'll touch more on this later. And I go very deep on this in my course, in Massive Rapid Action. And it's something that isn't taught in school, and it's kind of woo-woo until you understand it, because you can't see it, and it doesn't really make sense in this modern world that we're in. But you have two energies, okay? You've got the masculine energy, the masculine essence. It doesn't have to be male or female. Ignore the anatomy of the body, biology. I'm talking spiritual here. I'm talking something that's magical, that you can't see, but you can feel it. masculine essence versus a feminine essence. And you could have a scale like this, where you have a man that's a fucking lumberjack caveman, okay? The most manly man that you can picture, super high testosterone, right? And then in the middle here somewhere, you'll have a feminine man, right? A little bit fucking gay, soft, pretty asexual. Maybe he's not that turned on by women. And then right beside that, you'll have a masculine woman. Now, she's not quite that. She's pretty much on par with this asexual pussy man, right? He's not a pussy man. There's some of you out there. It's not a good or bad thing, okay? Where your energy lie. That is sort of just is. It is your essence. It is who you are. It's your mindset about things. But they are pretty much together. And on the other section, and at the other side of the spectrum, you have a feminine woman. Very feminine woman, a princess, you know, loves girly shit, wants to be led, you know what I mean? But back here, you've sort of got a masculine woman that's happy to do her own shit. She's a leader, you know, in a lesbian relationship, you have like the butch lesbian, that's the leader, that's the one that's like the man, you know what I mean? And the reason you have these things, and you have a feminine lesbian in a lesbian relationship, and I only bring that up to display that it's not about being a man or being a woman, is these things balance each other. So this guy over here who's super fucking testosterone, super lumberjack, caveman, doesn't have a lot of femininity in his life. And he needs that to function because everything is about yin, yang, light, dark. Okay? And these things hold each other together and keep balance, because too much of anything is a bad thing. That's why we set out and we look for a partner. Okay? And when you understand this, and when you understand that when you've got a feminine woman, which most of you have, and you start coming closer this way, and you're not leading her anymore, and you're not giving her that balance that you need anymore because you've gotten comfortable, and you're not on your mission, on your drive, you're playing too many video games, you're not injecting yourself. A lot of these things, you'll see me going like this because you penetrate everything. Okay? You need to penetrate the heart and mind of your woman. Make her feel something. They're in this for the fucking romance of it all. Do you know what I mean? They're in it for the movie. You want to be the fucking James Bond. Okay? And that's another thing that we'll go back to all the time. But we'll talk about the actual mindset changes you need to have later. But the masculine and the feminine need to be balanced. Okay, so in this episode, we've learned you obviously need to cease contact immediately. And some of you may have codependence. Some of you may live in the same place. These things are tricky, and that is why you work with me one-on-one, because there are some things I can give you advice on. I can give you a base on YouTube. Okay? I can give you a base in the course. There's a lot more specifics in the course that if you want to work it out on your own, you absolutely can. But for specific things, because it's not all the same. Your problems are all the same, but the specific scenarios and the way that you need to operate in these scenarios are a little bit different. So if you feel like your scenario is different, click that link in the bio, book a call, or just pick up a copy of the guide, get yourself started. But I'm telling you, you don't know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to make fucking mistakes, and you're going to fuck this up, and you're going to push her further away. You're going to push her into the arms of another man. In saying all that, let me give you one last little thing to take away from this episode with no contact. If she breaks contact, I need you not to leap on that opportunity. If she reaches out in a low energy sort of way, gives you some bullshit, maybe you forgot something, or maybe she wants to come by your house to pick up some clothes, that isn't an excuse. That isn't a woman being a woman, talking womanese to you, saying that she wants you to pour your fucking heart out again. You need to be the man, to be the masculine essence, the divine being that you are, centered, calm, positive, light. Okay? You are not going to be snarky. You are not going to be rude. You are not going to pour your fucking heart out. You're not going to over jump on her. You're going to be cool. You're going to be tame. You're going to be nonchalant. Not too fucking corny nonchalant. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? You are going to be polite. You're going to be cordial. But you're not going to try to set up a date. You're going to let her go. If she wants to escalate this sooner, she will. Okay? She is going to lay out. You want to be her. You want her to be laying all of her cards out on the table so you can read the game and know the move to make. But if you display all your cards, if you've been doing no contact for a little while already, the biggest mistake you can do is build up this idea of a man who she thinks you are becoming, and she's coming and she's getting more interested, and then you cave, and to her it looks like a giant facade that you've come up with just for her. Which in a way it is, but it's not, because if you're doing this genuinely and you're actually changing your life, you're not just changing your life to get her back, then she's gonna basically, if you cave and you fuck all that shit up, well, it's game over proper this time, because she knows that you're just being weird, you're just like addicted to her, that you're just creepy and you're catering to her. She doesn't feel like you're leading. She doesn't feel like you're really this guy that she thinks you're becoming. Don't leap on it. Wait for the right opportunity. Wait to see how she displays her interest to you. If it's low effort, don't go for it. Henry from the editing room here. I just had another thought. Now, because I'm just flowing off the dome, sometimes I forget things. Your addiction for this woman is going to fucking try to break you. When you're doing no contact, your brain is going to come up with any reason it possibly can as to why you should get in contact with her. Do you know what I mean? And when we're talking about waiting for the right moment and the right energy level, your brain is going to actively be working against you like an addiction would with drugs, like drug withdrawal, because it wants to get what it wants to get. So if she says she's coming over to pick up some clothes, I promise you, you're going to have this instinct inside you that caters towards believing that it's something that it's not. Read the room, see the signs, and when you're there in person with her, you will be able to tell the appropriate move. You'll feel the energy. You'll feel if she's feeling excited to see you. You'll feel if she's not excited to see you, and as though she's just there to get her shit and leave. Do not give in to the manufactured thoughts of your brain's addiction. Do not. If she likes your story, yeah, it's like a great thing, you know? Like it means she's watching, but it does not give you the green light to reach out and go, hey, how have you been? Do you know what I mean? Like, let her do that. Wind her up. Keep edging her. Keep building up what you're making. Don't give in. Your addiction will try to break you. And one of the biggest things that I see with my guys is actually just like support with no contact. Like, they will lean on me to keep drilling into their brain constantly, like almost like if they could listen to a 24-hour podcast of my voice saying, keep doing no contact, keep doing no contact, keep doing no contact, they would, because it's soothing to them. Do you know what I mean? And it is a soothing thought, thinking that if you just keep sticking to your path, that she will come back. Nothing is guaranteed, but that is your absolute best shot at it, because you've so far had no W's reattracting your ex. You haven't successfully done it the way you've gone about doing it. And the only way that I know that works the highest percentile of the time is no contact and getting her to come to you. And no contact, it's one of the hardest parts about this whole thing, especially when you're just starting. It is so tricky. So if you need, keep watching these videos, listen to what I'm saying, watch these videos hundreds of times. When you're at work, chuck an earpod in, listen to me talk, because it will keep you on track. And that's what my other guys do. Sure, if you want to work with me, obviously, that is the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As much as I'm giving you advice, I would also be giving you emotional support and a line of clear thinking that's separate to just your brain. You know what I mean? You're getting an opinion of someone that's doing this all the time for people and seeing the same recurrent themes, seeing the same shit that's fucking happening, going on in your brain. In the next episode, we will get into body composition and why it's a sort of necessary evil punishment that you have to undergo, even though you'll start to love it once you get into it. I promise you that. It'll change your fucking life. Click the links below if you want to book a call with me, if you want to work with me, if you want to purchase the PDF with all this information in it, and you can go on your own like a lone wolf. And if not, keep watching the videos, keep soaking up all the free information that I give away. I love you boys, I'm here for you.